Look at it. It's gobbling up all my fruit.
We have lost everything, my lord. The land is dry.
He thinks there's an eternal reward!
No, sorry. There's no eternal reward for you, dog!
My daughter died in your name.
And well you should. Suffering for your gods is your only purpose.
You are no god. I renounce you.
Now your meaningless life.
All gods will die.
While wandering the desert with his young daughter, Gorr begs the god Rapu to send them water and food so they can survive. Days later, his daughter dies from starvation. Heartbroken, Gorr buries her in the sand. As he lies beside her body, he hears a mysterious voice calling to him. Kay follows it and soon discovers a hidden oasis. Desperate, he dives into the water to cool off and finds plenty of fruit nearby. As he eats, he realizes he is standing before the great Rapu himself. Gorr immediately kneels and explains that he is the last surviving follower of Rapu because of the terrible drought. His entire tribe has died, yet his faith never wavered. Now face to face with his loyal servant Rapu reveals his true nature. He admits he never cared about his followers. Instead, he celebrates his recent victory, killing the previous wielder of the Necrosword before that cursed weapon could harm any other gods. Hearing these cruel words, Gorr understands that Rapu is more heartless than anyone he has ever known. He renounces his god. Enraged, Rapu attempts to kill him, but Gorr summons the Bifrost and takes the Necrosword, using it to stab Rapu through the throat. Chosen by the sword, Gorr becomes cursed. The Necrosword gives him a new mission: slaughter every god in existence. After helping save humanity in Avengers Endgame, Thor joins the Guardians of the Galaxy and travels across the universe. After months of intense training, he regains his muscular physique and once again looks like a true god. But his pain remains. In recent years, Thor has lost nearly everyone he loved and has given up on finding love again. Now, he focuses only on fighting. Arriving on a distant planet with the Guardians, Thor battles an invading army and defeats them almost single-handedly. Meanwhile, on Earth, Jane Foster learns she has stage 4 cancer and must begin chemotherapy. Weeks later, she discovers the treatment is not working. Searching for hope, she reads about Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, and learns that it can grant strength and health. She travels to New Asgard, where the broken pieces of Mjolnir are displayed. As she approaches, the fragments begin to move and reassemble. Elsewhere, Thor receives 2 giant goats as a reward for helping end a recent war. Shortly afterward, he receives a distress call from Sif, warning that gods across the universe are being slaughtered. Thor leaves the Guardians and, using Stormbreaker along with Korg and the goats, travels to investigate. They arrive to find the corpse of a fallen god. Sif reveals that the attacker is known as the God Butcher Gorr, whose mission is to eliminate all gods. His next target is New Asgard. Gorr sends shadow creatures to attack the city at night. Valkyrie leads the defense, and Thor soon arrives to help destroy the monsters. Suddenly, Thor senses Mjolnir. He tries to summon it, but the hammer flies past him to its new owner, Jane. Shocked, Thor demands she remove her helmet and is stunned to see his former girlfriend wielding Mjolnir. Years earlier, Thor and Jane had shared a deep romance. Thor had even asked Mjolnir to always protect her, but their careers pulled them apart, leading to arguments and eventually a breakup. Jane left him a farewell letter that broke his heart. Back in the present, Gorr appears and fights Thor. Realizing he cannot win easily, Gorr changes tactics and captures the Asgardian children, locking them in a cage before escaping. The next morning, Valkyrie investigates their disappearance. Thor questions why Mjolnir chose Jane and tries unsuccessfully to reclaim it. Stormbreaker becomes jealous after seeing Thor reconnect with the hammer and refuses to cooperate. Thor gathers everyone and explains that Gorr is using the Necrosword, a weapon capable of killing gods. The sword slowly corrupts and destroys its wielder, passing from one host to another. Suddenly, A hologram of Heimdall's son, Astrid, appears and uses his powers to connect Thor's consciousness to the children's location. Thor sees they are trapped in the Shadow Realm, a place where Gorr is strongest. Realizing this is a trap, Thor decides he needs help. His plan is to travel to Omnipotent City, where the universe's most powerful gods reside, and convince them to join the Seed. I convince them to join the fight since Stormbreaker is unreliable. Valkyrie suggests using the giant goats to pull a flying boat powered by the axe. Jane joins them, though secretly her health is worsening. Mjolnir is not curing her cancer, only delaying it. Using the Bifrost, they arrive at Omnipotent City. Valkyrie steals disguises, and the group enters the Golden Temple, where gods from across the universe gather. They witness the grand entrance of Zeus, who boasts about a contest involving sacrificed souls. It quickly becomes clear he has no intention of helping. Thor steps forward to plead his case. Zeus admits he knows about the God Butcher but refuses to intervene, claiming the fallen gods were insignificant. He reveals that Gorr seeks eternity, a cosmic being at the center of the universe who grants one wish to whoever reaches it first. If Gorr succeeds, he could wipe out all gods at once. When Thor insists on action, Zeus has him restrained and humiliates him publicly. Thor realizes his idol is actually afraid of the Necros word. Seeing no other choice, Jane and Valkyrie attack the guards. Korg joins the fight but is struck by Zeus's lightning, destroying his body. Enraged, Thor steals Zeus's golden thunderbolt and uses it against him, piercing Zeus's chest. Fortunately, Korg survives, only his face remains intact. Using a whistle, Korg calls the goats, and the group escapes Omnipotent City with Zeus's thunderbolt. Preparing for the battle ahead, their next destination is the Shadow Realm. Before arriving, Thor once again uses Heimdall's son Astrid's powers to connect with the captured Asgardian children. He reassures them, telling them about the adventure he and his friends have just experienced, and proudly reveals that they managed to steal Zeus's golden lightning bolt. Promising that he will rescue them soon, Thor says goodbye. After the call, Enzi shares his worries with Valkyrie and Jane. If they survive the Shadow Realm, they will likely be hunted forever. Thor has wounded Zeus and stolen his weapon, something the gods will never forgive. On top of that, Stormbreaker is still upset with him for trying to reconnect with Mjolnir, while attempting to calm his jealous axe during a quiet moment. Thor is surprised when Jane approaches. He praises her bravery during the battle in Omnipotence City. As they speak, they watch rare space dolphins swimming nearby, creatures that bond with only one partner for life. Seeing them makes Thor realize he still loves Jane. He asks her for a second chance. With tears in her eyes, Jane confesses the truth. She has stage 4 cancer. The disease was discovered 6 months ago and nothing can cure it. Thor promises to stay by her side no matter what. They share a kiss, but Valkyrie interrupts to announce they have arrived. As they approach the Shadow Realm, all color drains from the world. After landing, the trio searches for the children. During their investigation, Jane realizes that the Bifrost is the key to reaching eternity. Suddenly, she understands they have walked into a trap. She throws Stormbreaker aside and warns Thor that Gorr needs the axe to open the portal to eternity. Gorr appears. Jane attacks with Mjolnir, but he dodges and captures them. Using Jane as leverage, he forces Thor to summon Stormbreaker. As Jane is strangled by shadowy roots, Thor calls the axe back to save her. The three warriors break free and battle Gorr and his shadow monsters. Valkyrie strikes Gorr with Zeus's lightning bolt, but fails to kill him. Gorr steals the weapon and severely wounds Valkyrie. Jane rushes to help her, and Thor uses Stormbreaker to open a portal back to New Asgard. But as they escape, Gorr manages to take the axe back in Asgard. Valkyrie and Jane receive medical treatment. Jane is weaker than ever. Doctors confirm the truth. Mjolnir is not healing her. It is draining her strength and preventing her body from fighting the cancer. Thor begs Jane to stay in the hospital. If she lifts the hammer again, she will lose any chance of survival. After saying goodbye to her, Thor prepares to fight alone. Valkyrie gives him Zeus's lightning bolt, which he uses to travel to eternity. Meanwhile, Gorr has reached the temple with the Asgardian children. Using Stormbreaker, he opens the portal to eternity, causing a massive earthquake. A giant statue head collapses toward the children, but Thor arrives just in time to save them. He tells the children to stay together and protect one another. When shadow monsters attack, Thor shares his power with them, granting their weapons the ability to channel thunder. As the children fight, Thor faces Gorr once again. Back in Asgard, Jane has nightmares and realizes Thor cannot win alone. Despite knowing the cost, she picks up Mjolnir and travels to eternity. She arrives just as Gorr is about to kill Thor and joins the fight. Thor is heartbroken because he knows Jane has sealed her fate. While Jane works to destroy the Necrosword, Thor struggles to regain Stormbreaker. By the time he retrieves it, the portal to eternity is fully open. He throws Stormbreaker to Astrid and orders him to take the children home. Using Zeus's lightning, Thor restrains the Necrosword while Jane shatters it with Mjolnir. The sword is destroyed, but Jane collapses, weaker than ever. Gorr enters Eternity's portal. Thor follows, trying to stop him, saying that what he truly seeks is not revenge, but love. Knowing that Gorr's wish could destroy all gods, including himself, Thor chooses instead to spend what may be his final moments with Jane. Seeing Thor hold the dying woman he loves, Gorr remembers his own daughter and the day she died, in the desert. Overcome with grief, he considers using his wish to bring her back. With the Necrosword destroyed, Gorr is dying. He hesitates, knowing his daughter would return alone. Jane, with her last strength, tells him the child will not be alone. She asks Thor to care for her as his own. Trusting Thor's promise, Gorr uses his wish to bring his daughter back. He sees her one final time and tells her how much he missed her before fading away. Thor says goodbye to Jane. She tells him she has no regrets. Wielding Mjolnir made her feel like a true hero. She asks him to keep his heart open and reveals she never stopped loving him. Then her body turns to golden dust and disappears. Before dying, Gorr makes Thor promise to protect his daughter. Thor gives his word. After Jane's death, the Asgardians build a statue in her honor for saving the children. Inspired by the trauma they endured, the children begin training to defend themselves. Astrid grows stronger each day, learning sword fighting from his master. Korg eventually regrows his body after Zeus's attack and even finds a partner. As for Thor, he begins a new chapter. Once a warrior who avoided emotional bonds, he now becomes a father, raising Gorr's daughter named Love. Thor discovers a deeper purpose than battle. His once hardened heart softens as he trains her to control her powers and protect those she cares about. Together, they become known as Love and Thunder. And that's a wrap on today's recap. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a plot twist. Got a movie you want recapped? Okay, drop it in the comments below. This is DX Movie Shorts. See you in the next one.